More on last night's top story, the performance of Purdue in general and Jaden Ivey in particular. The sophomore had 26 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists in the Boilers' win over Illinois. As I mentioned earlier, Ivey got 22 of those points in the second half as Purdue pulled away for a 16-point win, moved into a first-place tie in the Big Ten standings. Social media overflowing with praise for Ivey, as you would expect. My favorite quote of the night, you see Brad Underwood down there. He said, "If anybody doesn't know what a pro looks like, that's what they look like." Jaden Ivey joins us now. He is our big interview. And Jaden, the college hoops world was buzzing about you and your team last night. What was the message that you believe you sent?
I think I just, from the first half that I brought out, I wasn't proud of it. And, as, we were at halftime and, we knew we were going to get them. And, that second half, we just played, how we played Purdue basketball. We did what we did and, we brought the energy, we brought the fight and, most importantly, we brought the confidence out there in the second half. And, I just, tried to, each and every game, I try to, prove myself, to everyone. And, I just, I come to win. And, that's what we did in the second half.
When you said you knew you were going to get them, take me inside that locker room. Like, what was the discussion and why did you know that this game was going to turn?
Well, we didn't come out, particularly well in the first half. And, we knew everything was going to be okay. We've been in situations before where we were down in the first half, and we just stayed poised and stayed intact, with each other, and encouraged each other in the halftime in the locker room, and and we just played, we played how we played in the second half, and we played amazing, and that's what we're gonna need, each and every game, whether or not our shots aren't falling, we just got to stay poised and keep playing our game.
That atmosphere was unreal last night. How would you describe it?
It was one of a kind. I think it was the best environment I've ever played in, last night. And, the crowd was, crazy into it, all game, every moment, screaming, shouting fans, and, also supportive, of, Purdue basketball. And, it was an amazing crowd last night.
We were talking a little bit earlier in the show about, we'll call them the role players on your team, but guys like Eric Hunter, who was huge, I thought, last night. Mason Gillis obviously had moments. Caleb First. Put aside, Zach and Travion, who are a different level, but some of those guys, you don't get the same sort of hype that the three of you get. What did those guys mean to this effort, and what do they mean to this team?
They mean everything, man. We wouldn't be where we're at right now in the position that we're at, without them. They bring, a tremendous amount of heart and, passion for our team. And, we're definitely going to need them, down this stretch that, that we have. And but they've been doing such a great job for us. And, they're going to only continue to keep doing a great job for our team.
What is it like to play with Zach and Travion, to have that two-headed monster inside?
It's so fun. It's so fun to play with both of them. Each and every day, just, the heart that they bring, on the court, and, the passion that they bring, it's just fun to play with them. And, each and every game, they just get better and better. And I think, it's only going to, help our team a lot, just playing together. And, it's going to do us wonders, down in March.
Now, you're a basketball player, so you're around a lot of tall people, kind of by definition. But would you remember the first time you saw Zach and what you thought?
Oh, man. I think I can't even remember, man. I think it was just the first time I was on campus and I seen him. It was just like, wow. Like, he's a humongous human being. So, but yeah, just having him, he's a funny dude, and, just fun to be around, along with Travion. And, I just love, to be around those guys.
If there is one criticism of this team, it has been on the defensive end. You certainly defended well last night, but what do you guys think when you hear that criticism?
We don't really think much of it. we've been getting criticism, all season. And, we just, try to stay locked in, stay poised and, just focus on the goals that we, set before the season. And, we try not to, worry about what the outsiders say. And, we just come in and, practice hard and, just do what the coaches say. And, we'll live with that. We won't live with, what everyone else has to say. And, just each and every day just trying to get better and, just game by game, just trying to get better.
Well, to be fair, it's not just the outsiders. I mean, I've talked to Coach Painter, and he said, hey, we're not a very good defensive team. What's his message to you guys about that?
I think, his message just, we have to be better defensive team in games. And if we're not, we're going to lose games. And, we just gotta, lock in on the defensive end. And offense, I feel like it's not our problem. It's just, getting stops on defense. It's going to, only help us down the road.
I want to get into your background a little bit, and everyone knows about your mom, Niele, a great player in her own right, now the head coach at Notre Dame. How much did she coach you growing up? I mean, like, work on your game with you?
I'd say she coached me a lot, actually. But it was more, of me just being in the gym with her. And she would, work with other players. And then, sometimes when she had free time, she would, get shots up with me. And, that's just been, my life really just, a gym rat, in the gym all the time. And, but, just, super blessed and thankful, to have, someone like that in my life that, I can, share the game with. And, we both love the game and, just always in the gym. And, it's just a blessing to, have her by my side.
So you were around basketball a ton and around women's basketball. And I know Skylar Diggins, Notre Dame, was kind of one of your role models. How did her game influence your game?
It influenced my game a lot, actually. It was, my mom said some, how, females were, my idols, growing up. I watched them in the gym all the time and, just being around their presence and, their greatness, it helped me, it helped shape me. So, just being around her and, along with, a lot of other great talent, it just helped shape me a lot.
How tough was it to turn down Notre Dame in recruiting?
It wasn't tough at all. I made the decision, for me. My mom's decision was obviously to go to Notre Dame, but, it was my decision to go to Purdue. And, I felt comfortable with, Coach Painter and his plan. And, I trusted all the coaches that, came with it. And, I just made a decision for me. So it wasn't hard at all.
How did you go from a player who barely cracked the top 100 in the national recruiting rankings to this? Like, what do you think clicked for you to make you the player that you are right now?
The work in the dark. I think, John Morant says this. He says, work in the dark, to shine in the light. I think, it was the work that I put in, the work that no one saw me put in. I think, that helped me a lot. And, when I shot on the court is, all the work that I put in when nobody saw me. So, I think I just, took pride in that and, didn't worry about, the rankings or whatever anybody had to say about me. I just stayed in the gym and, just kept working. And, it's helped me get, to where I am today.
Well, the rankings are a little different right now. You look at these NBA draft projections and you are a clear-cut lottery pick, people talking about you in the top 5. What do you think when you hear that? It's a blessing, to even be, recognized in that, category. And, it's just a blessing. I've worked for this and, it's always been my dream, to play in the NBA. But, I'm just trying to, take it one step at a time. And, I'm only worried about, our next game against Michigan. I'm not really worried about that right now. And, I'm just trying to, focus on my goals for this season and, trying to win a Big Ten championship and a national championship. That's the biggest goal for me. And, I just got to, keep gelling in with my teammates and, just keep taking it step by
step each and every day, and just trying to get 1% better each and every day.
Well, let me leave you with this then. You talked about the Michigan game. You just played them, and they played you really tough. And now you got to turn around. You only have 1 day prep. I know you're leaving today for that game. What did you learn from that game that you can apply to this one coming up tomorrow?
I think, down the stretch, just being patient. I think, they tried to take us out of rhythm a little bit. And, just staying poised, the whole game down the stretch. And, when they try to take us out of stuff, just executing what the coaches, say, and, just trying to, stay poised down the stretch. And that's going to, help us a lot and try to get a win against a tough Michigan team on the road. So, just trying to gel in with my teammates and, just play together.
Well, Jaden, this has been a ton of fun. Thank you so much for taking the time out again. Congratulations on a great performance last night. Look forward to seeing what comes next for you and your teammates. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Wrapping things up on Big Ten today, the all underrated team, Andy. Tell us about him.
Well, Trent Frazier, I think you can make an argument that he could be a first-team all Big Ten player. The problem is, where do you put him?
Right.
Who do you knock off?
Right.
But he's had that kind of season. Tyler Wall, we have seen his importance to Wisconsin. Certainly he's their best post player, maybe the best defender. Does not get discussed enough. Eric Hunter, what a run he's on right now. Underrated. Race Thompson, so much on TJD, but without Race Thompson, I don't think Indiana is where they are. And I have always been on the Kyle Young bandwagon. And last season, I thought that was the reason that Ohio State flamed out early in the NCAA tournament. If you remember, he was the best player on the floor against Purdue. Gets the concussion. He doesn't play the rest of that game. They lose. And then in the NCAA tournament, they don't have him. They lose in the first round. He takes pressure off of E.J. Liddell, does all the dirty work. I think he is one of the unsung players in the Big Ten.
Let me throw a couple more at you.
Yeah, please.
Patrick McCaffrey.
Yeah. Blocks the shot against Virginia. Makes the big drive down at Penn State.
Yeah. I just think, again, I think part of being underrated is, are you overshadowed by someone on your own team?
Well, then are we going to put Paul Mulcahy?
Yeah. Well, Paul Mulcahy's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he has to be.
Is he first team all glue Big Ten? Is he the glue?
Yeah, he may be their best player right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that game last week where they made the incredible comeback against Northwestern, and he was the guy getting everyone riled up.
That might be the pass of the season.
Oh, to Amori?
Yes.
Yeah, it was incredible.
To send it in over.
Yeah, I'd say I'd put him ahead. I might put him ahead a couple guys there.
Okay.
Why did you not have him on your team?
I can't answer that.
Certainly not in the 11 seconds that you've been allocated. Yeah.